right, and we are back with another episode. And joining me once again, Jeff Catto. How's it going?
What's going on, brother?
Not too much, man. How are things with you? I mean, for those who don't know, I interviewed Jeff. What was it? A few months ago?
Yeah, it was maybe four months back, maybe.
Give or take. You're promoting your song "Round of Life," but
Yep.
and now you're back. New music, new things on the go. So, how are things?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I've the EP coming out, which is it's called Songs for My Wife. And as you can tell, they're all songs that are a little bit sappy, a little bit lovey. This new one that's coming out is going to hit radio September 20th. It's called Want You Even More. And it's funny, when I was writing the song, I just ended up having to do a little blurb for a couple other like publications, and it got me thinking about the dude that I always take my songs to at the end. So I could sit down and write a song within like 15-20 minutes. I could sit down and write the like chunk of it, right? A good chunk. And it was so I finished writing this, and I'd gone over it a bunch. But I never think that a song is finished until somebody else has a look at it and like throws in an idea or tells me that something stupid or whatever. And so my buddy Jonathan Turner, he lives in Louisiana, which I met over COVID. So anyway, so he got a hold of it, and he's like, dude, this song is a baby maker. So yeah, so I mean, it's all about one, just wanting to make love to your wife, no matter where or when, and just that desire doesn't fade over time. It's something that actually grows stronger, and it's funny. Like when I was a kid, I was like 18, right? Like young kid. That whole thing of like, I don't know if you went through it, but like you kind of get bored with people, and like you just, yep. I don't know. We all go through it, right?
Yep.
That whole concept of like of finding somebody that you grow and that you want, and they're more desirable over time. Like that's what life is now, right? Like with my wife. So I wanted to write a song about that. It's a little bit embarrassing. At first, she was like, "That's not going to be a single, is it?" Yeah. So it's been fun to make and fun to write, and I'm excited about it coming out.
Awesome. And so it's coming to radio on the 20th. It's available on all platforms now.
Yeah. We released it last Friday.
Yep.
And it's doing pretty well. Almost got 3,000 streams so far in just a few days. So yeah, it's doing really well. Like I said, the country community up here is wild.
Yeah.
In terms of supporting. So I'm pretty happy with it so far.
Awesome. And your EP, I know we talked about this, I think last time, I believe you kind of were mentioning it. Do you have a date set now for sure?
We're going to release it in January.
In January. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you a solid, like, this is when it is, the date. The next time we talk, I'll have it for sure.
Yeah, it sounds good. I was like, I can't remember if we like mentioned that, or I couldn't remember, but I remember talking about it.
Yeah, see, the problem with unreleased EPs is that you keep writing new music, and then you're like, oh, I want to add this one to it instead, or let's take this and put this one on it. So yeah, it's now it's coming to a decision of, hey, these are what it is, and this is what we're gonna do. So
right.
lots in the can, man. It's just whether or not they fit on this one or they fit on the next one.
Absolutely.
And the next one's almost done too. So it's kind of just, release an album. I don't know.
Yeah, may as well. You're gonna be busy.
That's
for sure. What I don't know if you can say names on the album or not, but what's your favorite song on the EP and why?
Oh man. Favorite song on the EP.
Careful, your wife might be watching.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It's I mean, there's a few that are going to be on it that won't make radio. Um, and I think that it's just because they're more personalized.
Yeah.
Um, uh, like there's one called Heartbeat, and that I love and I love to play. I mean, I really do love Round of Life. That's the whole reason why I chose it first. I probably chose it at the wrong time to release it, as it was I released it kind of during when it's supposed to be your summer single type of thing, and it was probably meant for more of a release right now in terms of you know how releases go, like just
Yeah.
mood and all that.
Yep.
But I really did love Round of Life. Yeah, and that's the hard thing is that you're attached to all the songs. Right, like Want You Even More, I'm really excited about as well. So I don't know if I could really like pick a favorite.
They all have their own little something.
Yeah, they all have their own little thing, and they all have their own little mood, which is kind of based off of the relationship with my wife, right?
Yeah.
um little nuggets, little nuggets. Yeah,
Perfect. Your single out now, you have a music video coming for it soon.
I do. And bro, I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
I used to I'm a pretty creative guy myself, and so I always used to like create my own videos,
Yeah.
or like I'd shoot other people or use stock footage or whatever I needed to do in order to make it. But this time I actually got somebody to actually do it.
Right.
And it was pretty cool. It was pretty neat to have done, and the people that are in it. We had a couple, like a family that shot in it as well, because my family's kind of camera shy.
Yeah.
So we used another family, and they were awesome in it. And yeah, Tommy Blackmore and Tracy Shute were uh, they did all the videography and put it all together, and they just did an awesome job.
Awesome. And
So I'm excited for it to come out. Yeah.
yeah, when is that coming out?
So I'm dropping hints of it right now,
So
but I'll end up releasing video shortly after the song's released to the radio.
the radio. Okay, perfect. I'm assuming this will be out by then. I'm hoping. But perfect. That'll be awesome. Um, okay, man. Other than that, I don't know if we touched base on this last time. I've been asking artists lately about influences and stuff, and I want to find out, do you have a specific influence in the music industry that's like directed towards songwriting or just performing or anything like that? Do you have particular ones?
Oh, so I've always been a Dirks guy.
Yeah.
Like I love actually Want You Even More kind of has the like woman and men type of feel to it, like brothers Osborne, like type of thing that I actually one of David Wood James just I've been talking with him because we're actually doing an event for my father who had a stroke about a month ago, and David, Aaron Allen, and Brian Harwood are coming out to do a little fundraiser for my dad, and he was like, "Oh, there's a little bit of High Valley in there," so there's a little bit of East Coast influence. But I remember as a kid, man, I used to I honestly I hate Spotify because like I was the guy who would like open up the CD cover and read the lyrics, and like and just kind of like see how it's done and who made it, and sometimes he'd leave like a story behind the song type of thing in the lyrics, or like on that page. So I always used to like sit there and read lyrics through every time that I get an album, right, get a CD. So Dirk's songwriting, I mean, I guess you could kind of put him into like the Derek Rattan. If I could write a song with anybody, I'd love to write one with Derek Rattan. That guy is just a hit maker. So yeah, it's been just kind of sold in that, I there's a lot of songwriters these days that are doing the whole like bro country thing, like ever since like the whole Florida Georgia line, like Luke Bryan type of thing that was
Yeah.
and I've been trying, like, I try to get into that, but I like a lot of the songs that I write to have stories and a little bit deeper meaning than just like tailgates. And I have written a couple that are my next EP is going to be in it's aiming for like spring,
Yeah.
and it's the whole theme of it is like the spring summer type songs.
Right.
And so there's definitely ones in there. There's one called Drinking Buddy. That's a little bit different obviously than what I'm releasing now. But they're fun, and they're exciting songs, but they still have stories in them. So, you know,
Okay, perfect. And for someone who's, what advice would you give someone who may be following your footsteps in a way, like, or wanting to do the same thing?
I I mean, if it's your dream and that's what you want to do, I mean, it looks like I'm starting out or like late, but I've been actually in it for a really long time.
Yes.
So it's funny because everybody that now is seeing me pop up is like, oh, where'd you come from? Right. And
Yeah.
it's like, actually, yeah, I've been doing this a while. So nothing's overnight. It's hard work, and it's perseverance, and hopefully you don't have to go through the same junk I did. Those are my own decisions.
Yeah.
So just keep pushing on, and what you think about, you bring about, right? So keep going, and don't be afraid to ask people, because if you don't ask, nothing ever happens. So if it's co-write, if it's trying to get somebody to maybe like sing a song with you, if it's finding a producer, maybe it's finding somebody that will support you financially.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask those questions.
Absolutely. Perfect, man. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how out in Ontario is with COVID, but do you have any other shows coming up? You got this one with David coming up.
Yep. I just started playing events again, and as of right now, because of the way that it worked,
Yeah.
like there's the like Griffin Bros out here that are playing like every weekend type of thing, but they booked up as soon as they could.
Right.
Whereas I was a little bit more cautious. So I don't have anything booked until October, or till the end of October, after the acoustic show with David. And then stuff's happening in Christmas, around Christmas time. But I think that's just the way the cookie crumbles right now, man. That's
Yep. I know. I can't keep up anymore with the rules because it's changing all the time now, it seems. So
it changes all the time. But I'm having a lot of fun, like writing with new people and writing songs for people. And actually, we ended up writing Tim Albertson. I don't know if you know Tim or not, but it's called "Gonna Get Loud," and it just got picked up on Sirius XM. So we're pretty excited about that. And just kind of helped him with production on that type of thing. And so kind of get my feet wet in terms of helping along other artists and things like that too. So
right. Perfect.
even though I'm not playing, still busy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. I want to ask what's next for you, but we know we got the EP, you got another EP coming up.
Yeah,
Any-
man. It's I'm just thankful that this is what I get to do. And yeah, I'm building a really good team around me for I think the real shoot for me and for this next little bit is to kind of see how things unfold come the spring, like after January. Things are pretty booked up to this point, um but yeah, I'm looking forward to the spring, and hopefully by then, we'll be allowed to go out and do things, and this wave will be behind us. So
Cool, man. And how are the kids and stuff? Are they back in school now or are they still doing online?
we're doing online, and for those of you who don't know, like we had COVID at the beginning of this whole thing, and my wife really like had it really bad. Um, so we're all, or my wife and I and my oldest daughter are all double vaxxed, but we're still waiting on the kids' vaccinations, which is supposed to be out sometime in October.
Yeah.
But since school started online again, it's really weird here, man. Like I've got 6 kids that are all in school,
Yeah.
and they're all online, but they're in different schools across the province.
Oh, really?
So like we're not even in the same school. Like so I've got like 3 kids that are in the same grade pretty much.
Yeah.
Like they're all in kindergarten, like junior, senior. But yeah, they're all in different schools. So they all each have their own computer and their own little station set up. And yeah, they're like I'll get an email from like 6 different schools every day being like, oh, your child was late, even, or like your child didn't show up to school today. And it'll be like, well, we showed up online, that's why, right? Like, but yeah, it was, for me at first I was like, what is this? Like, why are we getting this? My wife was like, yeah, they're different schools across the board, so that's just how it's going to be. But they've really enjoyed it so far. I mean, being able to interact with kids, and there are a ton of kids. I kind of expected everybody to go back to school, but like each one of our kids' classes has like 32 to 40 kids in it.
Wow.
Like the least amount is 32. So
Yeah.
it's been pretty, and like new kids come on every day. So kudos to the teachers that are doing this, because like I had to help them out this morning with it a little bit, just to like, if they have a question on how their computer works.
Yep.
And I'm like, like, like these teachers deserve way more credit than what they get.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
That's funny. I think my sister and my like niece and stuff, they went back to school, and then I think a bunch of kids caught COVID or something. So now they're back to online school because they're like, we don't want to chance it.
Oh, they just shut down a school in, I think, Oshawa.
Yeah.
Because the bunch of kids came and they caught it. It's the scary bit is, man, is that like is that it's the kids that are getting it more these days, like this new variant.
Yeah.
And our kids got it as well the first time, and I've got 2 kids who really like they didn't want to eat, they didn't want to, because of the whole sense of smell and taste and everything was off. And my one little guy, he's not little, he's a big boy. I mean, like he had lost a ton of weight from not wanting to eat and not wanting to do anything, and he's just starting to get that back.
Right.
So it's just it's the worry of that. And I totally get people's apprehension to like actually want to like send them back out without having stuff done. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, do what you got to do, right? So cool, man. All right. Last thing, for those who are new here watching, tell us where we can find you on social media.
Yeah, so you can find me at any social media at Mr. Jeff Catto. That's Catto. And you can get me online at www.jeffcatto.com. And yeah, I mean, thanks for having me, dude. I really appreciate you having me out to talk about my music and all the love and support you give, dude.
Yeah, man, absolutely, anytime. And yeah, keep in touch, and everyone go grab his newest single. Stay tuned for the video.
Yes, please do it. Go get it now.
I'll have all the links in the description.
Yeah, gotta get them links.
Cool, man. Well, stay in touch, and yeah, hopefully I see you soon.
Hey, you will, buddy.
Yeah, I hope so. So, well, yeah, keep in touch and take care.
All right, dude.
All right, see ya.